So today I would like to show you another deck that I bought online. And yes, I did buy it myself. It was not a gift. I bought this deck for the purposes of doing an honest review, but I also bought it because I am an Amazon affiliate and I'm supposed to show a certain amount of Amazon type products every year. And I had not shown any so far for 2025. And I generally show Oracle decks, tarot decks, stuff like that. So when I saw these, I was like, I love Kyle. And I'm like, okay, I'll mess with Kyle. I'll always go with Kyle because I have about six decks from Kyle Gray, and they're some of my favorites. They never miss, ever. Anytime I pull a Kyle Gray deck and pull a card, it's on point since day one. And I really love Kyle because Kyle always has diversity in all the decks that I've ever seen. So we're going to see if that trend continues and what's up because this deck is only 22 cards. Generally, the decks are 44 cards or more, especially my favorite ones. But I figure it's angels. So let's find out. So, my name is QueenAusetHeru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to anyone and everyone who might like it too. If you would like to get your own reading done, please hit me up on social media. Underneath this video, you will find first and foremost this deck, a link to where you can get a legitimate copy. I am an Amazon affiliate. That's why I picked it up. So I will give you an Amazon link. Likewise, all my information will be underneath that. So that's where if you want to get a reading, you can email me or hit me up on social media. I use social media a lot. Mostly, I'm on Fanbase. I'm on Blue Sky. I'm on Facebook, which I use the most. I'm on Instagram, which I also use a lot. I'm on TikTok, which I'm still learning. um, and of course, I use the community section here, which is now called the post section. They changed it. I use that every day and send you guys memes and funny jokes and little things I've made. And yeah, that's pretty much that. So let's get started. Let us get started. All right, so first, let me move this to the side. This is the inside of the box. Divine Archangels, thank you for drawing close with your wisdom and light. I welcome your strength, guidance, and protection in all forms. And so it is. And then, let's see what we got here. This is the book. This is the guidebook. It is not in full color, but we do see here that there's a picture of the card itself. There is the name of the card. There's some messages here. Yep. And there's lots of information. So this is something you can really sink your teeth into. It looks like the front of it tells you how to use the cards, how to prepare your space, how to read. And there's a spread here too if you want to use a spread with just the cards. All right, we're going to open this up. Look at the bottom. May the light that was created and curated here today be for and toward the highest good of all. That's a good prayer to say before you start doing your reading. For those of you who are looking for one. Very short and sweet and to the point. Okay, so first of all, each one of the cards has this on the back. Beautiful. Trying to make sure they're stuck together. It's just one card. Beautiful backings. You can't use these in the upright and the reverse. I mean, you can, but you're going to know that this is upright and the other way, this is clearly reverse. You're going to know that. So, yeah. I like the fact that it's easy to hold in my hand. It's not too thick and not too thin. Extremely glossy. So if you're into a glossy moment, this is a glossy moment. And we're going to take this first card and put them and start looking at the art. Beautiful. First of all, I love The art. The art is beautiful. There's no numbers on these. So they must be in alphabetical order. So that's the first thing. If you're going to find them in a book, you're going to have to find them in alphabetical order. There is a name of the card, there is a theme of the card, and then there's a message. And then there's another message in the book. So this probably goes deeper into this message. So this is looking pretty good. Let's take a look at this artwork. Kyle came in the door with diversity. That's what I mean about Kyle. See, Kyle don't be playing. Kyle comes in the door. It's always the first, second, third. It's one of the first few cards. Like the diversity with Kyle is not an afterthought, and I really appreciate that. Oh, Azrael, look at him. And the angels are so beautiful. Like I've always the depiction of angels that somebody read to me from the Bible, the angels didn't sound humanoid. Um they sounded completely different. If you ever hear somebody tell you how they sound in the Bible, but whenever I see angels in my mind's eye, they're beautiful. They're just stunning. They're stunning to me. So this fits more with the vibration that I get. Maybe not the look. I don't know about the visual, but the vibration. I love her because she's a crone. I love see that. You see what I'm talking about? Diversity. A lot of people forget about crones. They forget about older people. A crone could be a man or a woman, just an older person. And with this white hair and the look on her face, the character lines, this looks like somebody who has some time, some service, some wisdom. I love that. Kyle never forgets that. He always has some diversity in him. The only thing you're not seeing, and you're not seeing it here either, is you don't see a lot of changes in body type. These people are roughly around the same size. So if there was going to be an improvement, that could be it. Different body types would be cool. But I love the different cultural references. She's beautiful. Look at her. Wow. So yeah, once again, Kyle has done it, and she's beautiful. Look at her. Hmm. These are gorgeous. I love it. My only wish, as I'm flucking through these cards, I wish there was more of them. 22 cards, Kyle. Oh, why would you tease us so? Why the tease, Carl? Kyle, why the tease? I'm about to call him Carl. Why? Why would you do that to us? I will find, ways of using them, of course. And they're very helpful because the information is right there. So, like, if I, like, a lot of times when I have a client, when we're finished talking, I pull a card for them to take with them, something to meditate on, journal on, something like that. And this is perfect for that because I don't have to take a picture of the guidebook or explain to them what the card means because it's right there. And even if I do explain, which knowing me, I probably will, they still have the information right there in the picture and they can read it and think about it and journal about it. So that's perfect. Michael, Archangel Michael. Mm, mm, mm. Beautiful. If you have any of the Hay House Kyle Gray, or should I say, if you have any of the Kyle Gray decks, you will recognize these angels because he has Orion, Michael, Chamuel, Raguel, Raphael. You will recognize them because he does use them repeatedly. Beautiful. Beautiful. So yeah, you will notice repetition. Um, in most decks, they use the same angels, the archangels. So you'll notice Raziel, um, Michael, Gabriel, Chamuel, Uriel, Ariel. You will recognize them. His Sandalphon. So you will see that the repeat of different angels and even ascended masters and beings. So if you have, if you're sitting there thinking to yourself, well, I have a Kyle Gray deck. It depends on the theme. It really does, because one of them I think was like called Angels and Ancestors, and that one had a lot of Ascended Masters. And I think he had one that was just Ascended Masters. There's Angel Activations. I mean, Kyle has a lot of different themes. They all revolve around that whole, angel, angelic realm kind of thing, but it's a number of different themes to it. All right, so we're going to get the card that I was the most happy about. Charity. All right, Charity, what do you want to teach us today? Okay, so we're going to look her up. Alphabetical order. I was right. And it says, Charity, pillar of service. Serve with a gracious heart and know God is serving you. So if you are somebody who is a goddess, or in a goddess tradition, I just read God as goddess. I get the point. I know what they did. So that's one thing that you should be aware of. They do mention in most of Kyle's decks God in the masculine, and that doesn't bother me. But if it's something that you're sensitive to, do be aware of it. Charity is part of a holy trinity of divine feminine angels, along with faith and hope. As the divine counterpart of Chamuel, she emanates from the energy of unconditional love and acceptance. Her presence and energy are all about selfless service, as her name suggests, and she helps us recognize that through helping others, we can surmount any feelings of helplessness and fear. Charity encourages us to open our heart and give generously. When we serve generously without resentment or resistance, we create an aura that is magnetic to angels, and so miraculous solutions are delivered to us. Your message. This card brings the message that good things happen to good people. If you are feeling stuck or unsure, angels are inviting you to direct your energy towards service and reminding you that when you give, God, the universe, always gives back. Be there for others. Be there for the mission you feel called to carry out. Be there for those you love deeply, and you can experience love, connection, and support in return. It's important to be authentic in your giving and your service, though. Don't give with the expectation of getting the same energy back. Give in the knowledge that generosity is always paving the way to golden opportunities. There's a divine law of compensation unfolding in your life currently, and all of your previous commitments and acts of service are creating opportunities for abundance and joy. Give and God will give to you. So, one of the things I wanted to point out, I love how they said, good things happen to good people. Someone said to me once that they didn't believe, that good things happen to good people because they're a good person, and they would tell me that bad things kept happening. And the more I listened to them, I realized, this was a good person. This was a person making bad choices. This is a person letting people run all over them. This is a person who had no boundaries. This is a person who was giving with expectations. And I love how it said at the bottom, don't give with the expectation of getting. So sometimes good people forget these things, and they're like, well, I'm good and I'm not good in good things, but you're not giving from a good place. You're not giving from a place that lacks expectation, and you're also not giving from a place that manifests and honors your own boundaries. And if you're not doing those two things, your good deeds will become burdens, and you might even become resentful of them. So based on this card, you have to give from the right place for the right reasons too. So she's beautiful, and since we have so little cards, we can check out another one. That's the only thing I don't like about this deck. I'm gonna tell y'all, this deck is a 10 out of 10. The only thing I don't like is the fact that it's not 22 more cards. That's the only thing I don't like. I love this deck. This is gorgeous. This would have been a great 44 card deck. I think he should do 22 more and add them as like a fashion pack, like Barbie has a fashion pack, Give me a 22 more cards pack to add to this. That's the only thing I wish Kyle would give me right now. Faith. Moving mountains. Trusting your ability to create miracles. The impossible is becoming possible. So this one is kind of long, so I'm not going to read it all. I'm going to let you screenshot it. if you choose to. But that basic message about miracles and making the impossible possible is pretty much what it's talking about. And there's one more page. This one. So I just wanted to show that to you in case anybody was interested in seeing one more. I love her. She is beautiful. Let me see her up close. She is beautiful, isn't she? I love her jewelry. Her face is beautiful. Her jewelry is awesome. So, thank you so much for checking out this video. Please let me know, do you like this cute little deck? I do. I do. And I'm going to use it because for me, it's going to be very helpful. So if you're somebody who does daily pulls for yourself or for others or for, your clients, this could be helpful. Altar work with other decks, of course, especially other angel decks. But not just that, of course. Yeah, this is really powerful. And journaling, I love taking a card like this and journaling. I might write something like, today I got the faith card. The faith card tells me to trust in my ability to create miracles and that the impossible is becoming possible. And then I will write my feelings about faith and how is my faith at that time and blah blah blah. It could be 2-3 pages based off of that, but that's what I like to do. I like to just see and I shuffle them always just to get a random card, and I like to see how many times do I get the same card. Am I dealing with the same issues frequently, or do my issues change daily? I look at all those kind of things. And then when you look back a month or a week later, you can see what you're struggling with. What did you struggle with that year? What did you struggle with that month? So I like it for that very reason. And I believe strongly in journaling. Even if you can't do it every day, answering journal prompts it's been my thing. It's been my thing. And a lot of decks have journal prompts in the guidebook. But if you're one of those people who doesn't read the guidebook, you're not going to know that. So, yeah. Please come back soon because I have a lot more to say. If you want to get this beautiful deck, check underneath this video. And I'll see you next time.